welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do my project pan update. I'm so excited about this update because I have 2 empties that obviously I'm going to be rolling out of the project. I also have 3 items that I'm rolling in and 2 items that I'm rolling out. So there's quite a lot of things floating around. There's a lot of changes to be made, but I'm so excited because I do like change. I kind of get bored and itchy feet when things don't keep moving, and I do have reasons for the products that I am rolling out. So bear with, let's get into it, and yeah, let's go. So we'll start with the 2 empties because I think they're the most exciting, although this one's pretty boring. So I did speak about this in my beauty bank, so if you watched that video then you already know. I also spoke about it in my empties video as well at the end of May, so this is old news now, but I did finish it since the last update. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. I had already taken the stopper out a couple of months prior, and yeah, it's pretty dry in there. It's been in my empties for like 3 weeks now, so this one I'm very happy to just like get rid of it now. That one I used before I finished it 5 times and then I called it done. It was just too dry. I mean, I could technically go down the bottom, scrape some off and put it on my face, but it would be very thick and dry, and there's no need for me to put that type of formula on my face anymore. I just don't need it. Okay, so next up, I did finish my shimmer bronzer from Technique. This one I have been working on since last year. Oh, you can see, I mean, obviously there's still a little bit of product kind of around the edges, but I am not going to do anything else to this. This one I ended up using 5 times as well, and one of you lovely subscribers or commenters last month did say for me to just break it up and use it as a loose bronzer, and that's exactly what I did. I was like, genius. So I did that and I used it 5 times and it is done. So exciting to finish a bronzer, like a full-size product as well. It's been a while, but you are done. So very excited about that. So this one is going to be my first official empty for the month of June. So I will obviously talk about it at the end of the month, but yeah, you get the first dibs on seeing it in action, which is always exciting. So yeah, I have 2 empties this month, so I did kind of feel like I needed to roll in new items as well to replace them. First, go into the project pan items, and then I also have 2 base palettes that I'm working on as well, but I kind of group them into the same video, that's why. So I'm doing a pan face palette on 2 palettes, and I just don't want to do their own separate video on it, so you get the luxury of seeing it all in one. Okay, so the first item is an item that I'm going to be rolling out because I just I'm not reaching for this. It is my e.l.f. Cantaloupe little duo face palette here, where you have a blush and you have a highlighter. I've been working on the blush specifically. I think I might have gone into highlighter maybe once since I rolled it in, but it's really just the blush that I'm working on, and it's kind of looked like a fish the last couple of months. Hasn't really changed too much, maybe just a slightly bigger fish now, but still very subtle changes, and there's just a lot of product around the edges. So yes, I could technically keep this in and just keep working on it, but I only used it, how many times? 5 times this month, and I'm just not wanting to go into this shade. It's just too much of a yellow tone shade, and I feel like I want more pinks and peaches at the moment. So it's just going against what I want to wear, and so I kind of want to roll it out and not just keep neglecting it every single month. I think that's silly. So I'd rather roll in another blush in its place that I'm going to get a little bit more use out of. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But you know, it's not a crime to do that. I'm allowed to change things up in my project pan. I still like it. It's a unique shade, so you know, it's still helpful to have in my collection, but I just don't want to use it right now. Next up, we have my NYX Buttercream Gloss. This is buttercream. It's the butter gloss, and it is creme brulee. So this one, I've been trying to pan this product for ages. I've only used it 6 times. It's kind of the one that looks like. It's a little bit less messy on the wand, so it's definitely going down. I feel like there's more windowing as well, but there is quite still a bit of product in there, and I know I can get quite a lot more use out of it. So I'm keeping it in. It's not an official empty, but I feel like I'm seeing the finish line. I'm probably like, you know, maybe a mile away, and I go slow, so you know, probably maybe 3 months or so, and hopefully I can call this done because that would be wonderful. I'm so bad at panning lip products, you have no idea. Oh my goodness, I feel like they are the worst. Lip liners and eyeliners, horrendous, wouldn't even try them, but I'm trying it. So anyway, this one's staying in. Yeah, used it 6 times. It's not a big deal. Okay, so everything else is in the double digits, which is really exciting. So the next one that I'm actually going to be rolling out this product as well. I've used it 11 times. It is my Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. It's the beautiful skin. I have the shade Fair, which is 1. I think this is the lightest one that you can get. And I already had a pan and I just been working on it ever so slightly the last few months, trying to expand it, but obviously work towards some sort of, you know, growth in terms of getting through this massive amount of product that's in here. There's so much product left. Now, I love this bronzer. I would go out to say it's probably my favorite cream bronzer that I have ever tried and that I currently have in my collection. However, it is much better for me in the winter months, the cooler months, when I don't have sun on my skin, and I'm getting a little bit more of a tan now. This is for me is a tan, even though it's like a rosy reddish sort of flush. For me, it's a tan, okay? So it's my English rose skin mixed with some Greek skin and American skin and Irish skin, and it's such a jumble. So I used to be able to tan really, really well when I was younger, and then, you know, it just gets worse as you get older. Anyway, regardless of that, you don't need to know about that. So this one I'm going to be rolling out because I feel like the tone is just a little bit off for the next few months that I'm going to be rolling in. I'm going to want to work on my tan a little bit more, be out in the sun, and this one is just a little too neutral, a little too cool tone, so I'm going to be rolling it out. I think I'll probably roll it back in maybe come September, October time, and I'll probably do a rolling style project pan where I just roll everything over to the next year. I'm not entirely sure, maybe I'll reset it, maybe I won't, but this one definitely don't want to be using it the next few months, so there's no point me keeping it in the project for this foreseeable future. So I'm going to be rolling it out today, but yeah, I used it 11 times this last month. The item that I'm going to be replacing it with, oh wait, have I done those yet? I haven't, you'll just have to wait. You'll have to wait. You could probably guess what it is, but you'll have to wait. I will do those at the end. Okay, next up I have 2 items here where I've been using them side by side for the majority of the time. However, the one that I've used a little bit less than the other is this one. This is my Catrice Tensational 10-in-1 Dream Primer. I have barely any product left in this. This is a tinted primer, so I've been kind of using it as like a BB cream. It's not really a primer in my eyes. It kind of goes more into a foundation, like, but very light coverage. Definitely has a tint to it, so it's something that I've been using along with something else in this project, which is the Tarte Maracuja, which I'll talk about in a moment. But this one I have used a total of 14 times this month. So quite a lot. I do roll in a Shop My Stash sort of foundation, so I kind of, you know, try to balance it out. So 14 times out of the month is pretty much half the month. And yeah, I definitely have enjoyed it, but there's like so little product left. I'm really like squeezing at the, like really trying to get product out. It's all at the bottom here. This is all air. So I think this is going to be done by next time for sure. If I carry on using it the way that I have been using it this last month, it's definitely going to be done. It's a really nice light coverage, and especially for this time of year, it's just been perfect. So I actually would really recommend this. I actually have definitely enjoyed it. The first time I used it, I was like, hang on a minute, I don't know if I really like this. But pairing it with the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator, it's been like a dream come true, these two. This one's a little beige, so this one balances out because it's a little too light. So put them like together, it creates the perfect shade for me. So anyway, use this one 14 times, staying in. I think I'll be done with it. So let's talk about the Tarte Maracuja. Love this. I love this product. If you like very thin light coverage tinted moisturizers, this is for you. There's really not a lot going for it if you want like a medium to high coverage or somewhat of a coverage. It's not really going to give you a coverage, but I generally really love it. I like it that it's so hydrating. I've had really dry skin recently, and that's a little bit different from what I'm used to. I don't usually have dry skin typically like previous years, but my skin has changed. So I do have a lot of dry patches, and this has just been so lovely. And I've been pairing it with the Catrice one, but I did use this a few times on its own because I have used it 17 times. I've used it a little bit more, you know, than half the month, and a little bit more than the Catrice. But I also think this one potentially could be done by next update. They are so light. I've just gone through these so fast, and I don't even use that much product. They both are 30 ml. I know I used a lot of this last summer, so I know why that's gone, but I don't know why this one's gone so fast. But yeah, they've just been a lot of fun to work with together, and I've put a lot of like uses on them. So I do think that they will be done by my next update. So I don't know, fingers crossed. That'd be really exciting if I have 2 more empties next month, because I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll now. Okay, and then the item that I've used the most is actually my Essence banana powder. This is the Brighten Up banana powder, and this one I have used a total of 19 times. This is what it's looking like right now. So I've definitely moved sort of that, it was a beautiful circle, and I've moved it now. It's a little bit, forming a little bit more like an oval shape, and it's, I'm getting closer to the edge over here. So that's like the main difference that I've seen. So what I'm gonna start doing is working over here, just because I don't wanna break the edge yet, because then it's just gonna be crumbly and messy, and I'm not gonna really be able to use it or wanna use it. So I'm gonna start working on this side over the coming month or months, and we'll just see, we'll just keep chipping away at it. It's definitely a powder that I want to say goodbye to, and I don't think I would repurchase it. I haven't really enjoyed it recently, but it's here, and I've used it 19 times this month, so I think that's pretty decent. And I don't know, maybe I'll give myself 2-3 months. I think maybe I could be done in 3 months time on that one. We'll wait and see. Okay, so like I mentioned, I do work on 2 face palettes. So I've been working on Natasha Bronze Cheek and also the Belgian Waffle from BH. Now, these ones, I'm not working on every single shade, so there's like specific shades that I want to be working on. So in the Natasha Denona, this one I've only used 4 times. I haven't been tracking which shades I actually go into, but I'm pretty sure it's the highlighter that I've gone into for the most part. And this is what it is looking like right now. So I do feel like this is expanded quite a little bit more. This one probably looks the same. So this highlighter is absolutely stunning. I really, really love it. And normally I would go in with my finger, but I did go with my brush a couple times this month, and they worked really well with a brush as well. Very densely packed brush, so I could be quite precise, and then I still would like dab and like see how it goes. But I love these. I've been really wanting to get the tan one, so maybe I will, because I think the tan one will work really well for me as well. So I don't know. I really love this cream formula from Natasha Denona, and I would go as far as to say I prefer this over her eyeshadow formula. I don't think there's anything wrong with her eyeshadow formula, but I'm not as enamored with it as majority of YouTubers are. But I definitely love her face products from what I've tried, which hasn't been a lot. But yeah, really, really pleased with the progress on this one, but only 4 uses, so I need to use it a little bit more. But yeah, I've just been loving that highlighter when I do go into it. And then we have the Belgian Waffle from Brioche Cosmetics. So this one, it's really just these 2 shades that I have wanted to work on and I have been working on. Again, I don't mark which ones I go into, but this palette I've used a total of 9 times this month. So a little bit more than the other one, but not too much more. And obviously I was working on my Technique bronzer, and I had another bronzer in my Shop My Stash, and this is another bronzer. So I'm juggling a lot of things, but I do actually feel like it's shifted a little bit from last month. So I actually feel like it might look a little bit different. I know I went into this highlighter at least once. I do recall that, even though I'm not really working on these other shades. It's really just these 2, but yeah, but I've been really, really enjoying this palette. I've always liked this palette, and it is a baked formula, but I do feel like it's changing quite a bit every time I go into it. So very pleased with the progress on those 2. Okay, let's get into the 3 items that I'm rolling in. So I have my 2 empties that are leaving, And I also have 2 items that are leaving that I'm like exchanging for. The only thing that I'm not really replacing is the concealer. I don't really feel like rolling in another concealer to a project pan. So I haven't rolled in any concealer, but I am going to be replacing the bronzer. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, but I really loved this bronzer recently and I want to keep using it. So I'm going to be rolling in my Kiko Milano Warm Melange bronzer. This is so beautiful. It is a baked domed formula. This is what it's looking like. But yeah, it's beautiful. There's not much of the dome left. Wait, let me just try to get straight. I don't know if you're gonna be able to notice that. Do it right head on. There you go. There's that dome. Not too much left, but it is really beautiful. It smells divine. I really love this product. And I just want to get more use out of it over the next few months. So I thought, well, let's just roll it in. Now, is it really going to be visible, the changes that are made on this? I don't really know. But you know what? I've never panned a baked item before. And so I feel like I might be willing to give it a go. So this one's rolling in. There was another one that I was contemplating doing, and it might have been an easier one to roll in because I kind of have a pan on it already. But I want to use this one more, so I'm going to go with the one that I actually want to use. Right, and then I did roll out the e.l.f. Cantaloupe palette, so I do want to roll in a blush in its place. And this is a blush. It's not too different from the e.l.f. one. It's just quite a bit more on the peachy side, but still a really nice summer blush. And it actually is one of the ColourPop blushes that I own. It's the Fresh and Peachy blush. And it's just so beautiful, and I've already used it, and I want to keep using it. So this one I would love to be able to hit pan on. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not rolling it in to finish because I think that is going to be like a 2-year commitment at this point. However, if I can get close enough to some sort of dip forming and potentially hit pan by the end of the year, we'll see. I mean, maybe I'll get to the end of summer and I'll be like, I don't want to use this anymore and I'll have to roll another one. But I want to give it like some love and just like see what I do, what can happen in the next few months. And maybe I'll keep it in for the rest of the year, who knows. But this one I'm going to be rolling it in. I just kind of feel like using it, and I do want to use it more than the e.l.f. one, so. Alright, so you know how I said I would get back to that product? Well, I haven't. And the camera angle is probably a little bit different because I thought I was done with this video, but I forgot to, I'm rolling in 4 new items, not 3. I am replacing the Charlotte Tilbury one, and like I said, and I wanted a bronzer. I'm replacing it with a cream bronzer. I wanted a bronzer that is just the right sort of tone for me for the summertime. So I am making a comeback with the ABH cream bronzer. I did have this in my project pan last year, and I was really trying to hit pan in it. This is huge. The amount of product in here is crazy. Is there? Yeah, there's like 30 grams. 30 grams. It's like 1 ounce. But anyway, look, this is what it's looking like. I'm going to be rolling this in. It's just a better cream bronzer shade for me for the summertime. So definitely rolling this one in. Again, it's really not to finish, but if I can hit the bottom of this, I will be so excited. So this is to try to hit pan. And then once I'm done, I think I would be quite satisfied. I really do like this. And I think if the tone was just a little less warm tone for me, I could use this all year round. But yeah, it's really hard to use this during the winter months when I'm pale as a ghost. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to be rolling this one in to replace the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm really excited. Hopefully I can hit pan over the next 3 or 4 months. That would be really exciting. So this one is my 4th item that I'm going to be rolling in. Okay, and then the last item that I'm rolling in is, if you've been on my channel, if you've seen my other project pans from previous years, it will be a nice return of the ColourPop highlighter. This is the Coasting highlighter shade that I tried to pan for 2 years straight. I did finish her sister. I had 2 of them and I was panning them at the same time, and I finished the other one. I think it was called Manifest That, and it was beautiful. It was like this icy, pinky, lovely, delicious highlighter, very good for winter, and this one has always been good for the summer. And this is what mine is looking like, and I would like to finish it. So this one is rolling in to finish. I don't think I'm going to do anything to it other than try to finish it. I'm not going to like use it for a few months and then give up. I think I'm going to try to be committed. I want this done out of my collection or finished before the end of the year. So I'm going to do that. It was just in my Shop My Stash and I really enjoyed using it over the last month. So already like naturally been working on it and wanting to use it. There's really not a lot of product left and I just owe it to myself to try and finish this where I'm so close. Come on, I gotta do this. I have to do it. So I'm going to be rolling this item in. Wish me luck. I've already finished one of these. I feel like I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. So anyway, that is my update for my project pan. I'm very, very excited, as you can see. I've got some empties, I've got some new items rolling in. It's always exciting when that happens. I'm making up the rules as I go. That's always fun as well. So anyway, like and subscribe if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching, sticking around, and I will catch you next time. Bye.